What's the crack, lads? Welcome back to the channel. What is new tomorrow in eFootball? Well, we are going to start with the brand new epic Showtime cards. Well, they're not legends, they're not epics, but we do have a double pack that is coming. Saliba, Woltmade, and of course Courtois with the towering joints. We also have a Juventus pack here that you're seeing on screen. And we're going to focus a little bit on these towering joints. Saliba looks like an absolute monster. Again, there's a couple of these build-up cards that if you have them, you don't really need to upgrade. Rio Ferdinand obviously is there as a build-up. Now Saliba has a long-reach tackle skill added to this card, and he is a monster in game. Van Dijk, Rio Ferdinand, any of these build-ups. Courtois, very decent defensive goalkeeper. If you have and if you are going to be going for the free Oliver Kahn, you're probably not going to be really spinning for a keeper that doesn't have any Showtime skills. But we do have also Newcastle star striker as well. He is a really nice looking card. He does have some nice stats and skills as you're seeing here, including bullet header and phenomenal pass. So kind of a unique card. But that is what's coming on Monday in terms of the actual Showtime cards themselves. And we will be getting new epics as well over the next couple of days. But obviously all eyes are on Leo Messi. These cards that you're seeing on screen, Cruyff, Cantona, Bergkamp, Carlos, and these 3 free picks that you're going to be getting, one of these are not coming until the 1st. And then on the 8th of January, Treasure Link is coming back. So the cards are on the 1st, Messi, all those boys. And then on the 8th, a week after, we're going to be getting a fairly bigger update with Treasure Link finally back. Now, this is from the Turkish event that was held over the last couple of days. We did have a little bit of updates on stuff, right? So, obviously, the big one is servers at the moment. A lot of people talking about server issues. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are suffering at the moment with games. This is what was kind of said over at the event in Turkey, right? And I'll read it out. We are aware of problems you've experienced regarding the server. This is specifically for the Turkish region. We would plan to develop the Milan server. A new server will not be opened in the near future, and they'll also be adding some new legends, right? So if we take a look here at the actual Google servers, okay, and the main Google data centers, obviously these are not the only servers that Google has, but these are the main data centers, right? And then also cross-reference them with the servers that Konami actually use and that Konami have actually set up. So for example, they're not just using Google servers because they have servers in Tokyo and stuff like that. For me, right, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give Konami props. I don't have a dedicated server in Ireland. Like, we don't have a dedicated server. Even though we are like the home of Google, where they have one of their main data centers in Europe, right, for their infrastructure and their setup. I actually am always using the UK connection, you know what I mean, or the UK server, right? I will be honest though, I haven't really struggled too much with the latest update, with lag, with actual network lag, where you can see, and I'll show you what I mean by that, right? What I've started to suffer with is actual input delay, and I'll talk about the difference between that again. But these are all the full list of servers, right? So in Europe and Africa, they're shared in terms of a region. We don't have a server in Dublin or in Ireland. We have one in London from second to bottom there. Americas, Asia, and Oceania, we have all of those as well. But there's a lot of omissions from this that actually have official dedicated servers that Konami are using, right? So yes, obviously Japan are going to have a few, Brazil will have a few, but this is kind of like an actual server example here when you actually see network issues. So you will notice here when we zoom in this, right, you can see that we completely missed the header, right? And you might ask yourself, how do the servers and how do connection actually, mess up stuff? Well, essentially the easiest way of looking at it is when you see my bars there, essentially what it means is that the animations don't really trigger in. And it has become a big issue over the last couple of days and weeks for a lot of people. Now, of course, this is going to be something that is continuing down the line because obviously people are going to always want to have more and more servers. But I think it's something that it's the input delay at the moment is kind of more of an issue for me. Now, we also have the chance deals still ongoing. And obviously, you'll be able to collect a couple of these. I think by next Thursday, you will be able to have, is it 25 or 27? I still get confused with this. You'll have the login bonuses. You'll have the ones that you're going to go through as well. And that's going to continue on over the next couple of days. And you will be able to unlock more with the campaign hub, which is essentially the brand new match pass now. And you will be able to keep going and keep going and keep going. And eventually being able to unlock your cards. We also have 3 of these packs that are going to be expiring. But yeah, you can see here that we have 8 players to spin for. You keep grinding and keep pushing through that. You will have to open 21 in total. and then you will be able to get your free selection of this. I've seen people get Oliver Kahn, I've seen people get Inzaghi, I've seen people get a few of these on the free spin, so you could be lucky. Then you'll be able to pick your second choice if you want to. Also, these bonus targets, this is part of an event that they might extend out as well. If you guys want more information on that, hit me up in the comments below and we'll do a video on it. And then last but not least, we have the Player of the Weeks. I do think, and I have heard, that we're going to be getting a bit of a revamp with the Player of the Week. So again, I can cover that in that rumors video and do a big batch of like kind of rumor, roundup for 2026, because there's going to be a big emphasis on the game improving a lot in 2026 in terms of content. So if you guys want that video, I'll mash it up. I'll put it in with the rumors video. We'll talk about Henry. We'll talk about Zidane. We'll talk about the World Cup. We'll talk about future plans, long-term, short-term. I've been hearing a bits and pieces about things. So let me know in the comments below. Until then, I will see you guys on Monday, and I will talk to you then. Peace. And let me know if you guys are suffering at the moment with connection.